Alright, what's up, mother truckers? BP Hero at you. First 2022 review is going to be the Suncoast Ruckus Max. Competitive Edge, Tyler Irvine, and a few other fine young gentlemen are on this thing. Peeling the wrapper off, which appears to be the struggle of a lifetime in the wind. Stand by for a sick edit.
Today, Junior?
Yeah, most durable wrapper. I'll pick that up later for all you tree huggers. And check this out. So it does have two wrappers on it. It had the outside wrapper, and then this is going to have a textured barrel. So there's like a thin layer of plastic on the outside of it. So we'll just whip that dude off. And let's do it. Suncoast Ruckus Max Competitive Edge Sports. All right, so we're getting things started, hitting some 52s here. Got everything listed that we're hitting at the bottom of the screen, and just right off the rip, we did not know what we got ourselves into. This thing was not all that great. Hitting the 52s to start, you hear us kind of giggling about it, and a couple times, and I was trying to be maybe a little bit on the cautious side, trying to hit some 52s and give these things a chance to loosen up before we just threw the kitchen sink at it. But I can tell you with confidence, just throw the hard stuff at it straight out of the wrapper. I know that some bats have been seeing some durability issues, but it's been cold, and maybe we were just a little too cautious. But this is going to be a bat that I'm not going to say is going to take thousands of BP swings, but at least to get it started, don't be bashful. Just go straight into like the evil BP Rockets or the U-Trip Pro M's and things like that to hit it with. No need to start this thing with 52s. And as you can see, when we transitioned into hitting the Pro M's and the evil BP Rockets and things like that, it got better. It got better fast. So that's kind of what let us know, like, hey, we don't have to mess around with this thing. We can just hit pretty much whatever we want with it, at least to get it started and opened up. So just a little bit about the bat itself. It is offered in weights from 25.5 up to 29.5 for you guys that like the heavy stuff. It is endorsed by Competitive Edge players Tyler Irvine, Logan Rogers, and Cody Roton. Hope I'm saying your name right. It's approved for USSSA, NSA, and ISA play. And this is the second generation Ruckus, two-piece high-end bat that features Suncoast's Max technologies, including their proprietary stick and spin barrel coating to maximize the flight and distance characteristics of the ball. Personally, being a guy that cuts the ball, I didn't see a ton of reaction from this, but if you are somebody that's looking to get a little bit more spin on a ball, it might be there. But I will say that once this thing got a little bit of dirt on it, it didn't stay sticky hardly at all. It would be something you would have to keep clean to get the most out of, I feel. This also features the Optidura composite handle design, and it is engineered to control vibration and maximize your handle stiffness for longer hits. I will say the handle on this was very rigid, almost did feel like a one-piece bat, and for being as rigid as it was and having a 12-inch barrel, I did still feel like it was pretty forgiving, even though the sweet spot itself was fairly small. If you did miss, it didn't burn your hands. For it to feel as stiff as it was on good contact, you would expect it to kind of burn your hands a little bit, and it didn't. So that was kind of surprising. So there is something at least good in the design there, that it's not just going to absolutely kill you if you do miss. Because as we've seen with some of these 240s, the sweet spot can be a little bit on the smaller side, and this one was, but you could definitely reap the rewards once you got a good part of the barrel, because this thing did perform well once we broke it in. It was just kind of crazy to see how slow it was to start with the 52s, working into the harder stuff, and it got good, and it got good fast. There was a couple of swings here I just kind of threw my hands at, and the ball went really well. And I'm an idiot and forgot to get compression testing on this thing before we got started, because I forgot the tester at home. But I got it thrown on the tester after I got home, just so I could kind of see what it was looking at compression-wise. And after about the 100-ish swings we put on it, it was coming in right around the 250 mark. So without knowing a ton about this thing durability-wise to know if it's going to withstand a ton of swings, at least you can know you can put about 100 swings on it, and it is gamer-worthy, and I do feel confident in saying that it is gamer-worthy. And on a scale, it did come in at 27.5, right on the money for what it should have been. So there's nothing that really stands out at me in that regard either. So this thing's been getting a lot of hype, and I'm sure that's why you're all here, to kind of see what the deal is, right? So here's kind of what I think of this thing. You gotta have the patience to break it in, no question about it. It's not necessarily that it needs a ton of swings, but it's gonna feel brutal for the first handful. It is super stiff. Sweet spot is a little bit on the smaller side, but like I mentioned earlier, it is a good thing that you can miss the sweet spot and not just get your hands absolutely obliterated like most stiff bats would do. So it is good in that regard. And I will be honest, the performance, once it did, kind of clear its throat and start breathing, start singing to us a little bit, started sounding a little better, the performance got good. I was beginning to wonder at the start, but it came around, and I could kind of see what the hype was about. Everybody kind of saying these things are good. There was some people saying they were better than the Louisvilles and that kind of thing. I'm not going to go that far. Kind of going back to our best of 2021 video that we did, going with our categories. We had no question the best, got to have it in the bag. Pretty good, but not quite top tier. Didn't love it, didn't hate it, and save your money. We're going to put this one in the got to have it in the bag category. It's a performer for sure, and if you can live on a small sweet spot, I can see where someone could enjoy this thing quite a bit. Now, the question I'm sure some of you are wondering, can you get these at headbangersports.com? This particular model is sold out, but we do offer a good variety of Suncoast bats on the website still. Senior bats, ASA bats, a handful of U-trip bats as well. So if you're interested in getting one of these, reach out to me, hit me up, see what we can do for you. Get one of these in your hands. Thanks for stopping in and checking out this video. Thanks to Brian and Dylan for coming out and hitting. Thanks to Brian for buying this bat so we could check it out for the video. Looking forward to what 2022 has to offer, and this one was a good one to start with. So let's see what the rest of the year brings. Swing hard in case you hit it. BP Hero, catch you in the next one.
God dang. Is that a platinum?
Yes.
Okay. I was going to say that felt different. Big ass fish.
3.
Like I'm a big ass bitch.
Very tippy tops. The very, very tippy tops.
Whoa. You didn't even get off barrel.
See?
You said see why you see it fucking crush that thing.
That'll do, donkey.